This is Wirral Tonight. Next, we move on to walking football. Yes, you may have heard all about it, but not really know what it's all about. Well, here on the Wirral and in Cheshire, with the help of the local FA, we're making inroads for it to be a proper competitive sport. Two people helping to get the sport more attention are those helping to get new rules set up for walking football. They are Chris Kay and Andy Jones, and our reporter Jack Palmer has caught up with them. That was our reporter Jack Palmer there talking to Chris Kay and Andy Jones on the future of walking football. This is Wirral Tonight.
Walking football basically is the same as running football, but you can't run. There are a few other anomalies like no slide tackles and things like that, no offsides and things like that. The rules basically were adapted from five-a-side football, but they need to be taken on a bit further. But generally it's for over 50s to get themselves back into football. Probably loads of people like myself thought they'd never kick a football again in earnest, and so it's for people to get themselves fit, but it's doing it in a fun way rather than sitting on a cycle in a gym and sort of saying, you know, you're out with lads and, you know, we have a social side after it where we all do what we used to do in the old days. And so, yeah, it's a fun way of... It's another fun activity, really. It's the new way to get fit, so to speak.
Has this started locally, or is it something being done nationally by the FA?
It's being done nationally now, but it's being done locally by our Cheshire FA because we're trying to get a set of rules, primarily for use in Cheshire for Cheshire tournaments, and then hopefully they're going to take it up to the FA, and hopefully they'll take it on as national rules because there are no rules at the moment. Walking football's been going for about 3-4 years now, in very small, but it's the last 12 months when it's really gone viral.
So as you say, you touched on the rules earlier. If you get a standardised set of rules, is this something that you could look at maybe rolling out more generally?
Yes, we hope so. We've been to 5 competitions so far, and every competition has had different rules. All right, they've only been minor variations, but you've had to learn the different rules before the competition. And I think Adam Doyle at Cheshire FA wanted to get people who played walking football together to actually form a committee to set a standard set of rules. So basically, at the last meeting, what we did was sort out a draft for these set of rules, and today at 1 o'clock when we have another meeting, hopefully we'll put that draft into progress, and at a moment on the 22nd of September in Knutsford, we'll use those rules for the first time.
You touched on this earlier, saying it's great for maybe the over 50s, over 55, something like that, a way to get back with your mates. Is the point of it to get fit? Is it the social side of it, or is it just a good way to get all your mates together playing a sport that maybe the full version, shall we say, maybe is just sort of passed you by a little bit?
I think it's all of those. I think it started off when people sort of said, yeah, physios are sort of like recommending walking football because it's good for your heart and everything like that, and it is good.
Are there any clubs for walking football on the Wirral?
We're based at, training sessions now are going to be at Soccer Loco in Bromborough. Chris will be able to tell you a bit more on this because Chris and George are basically the spokespeople for our team. I think our first game, we first assembled like sort of a team together, group of players, around about October of last year. And as Chris has mentioned, it touched on already, it's growing and growing each week. And I think really if... Chris possibly tell you a bit more about Soccer Loco, which is where we're going to be playing on Thursdays from now on as our warm-up exercises.
Yeah, we're going to Soccer Loco, which is it's Bromborough, the old candy factory. We'll be doing certain coaching and ball work, and then finishing off with a match.
You people are welcome all the time, and it's don't need to be a fitness freak, as we've touched on already. It doesn't matter what weight you are, height, anything. It's the big part is enjoyment, although there is a competitive side as well.
And if anyone wants to get in contact with you for more details, where can they go?
They can actually ring George, who's my co-conspirator, on 07510 282 035, or they can email me at christherover@virginmedia.com.